What is up, guys? The new Bonnie here. Just kidding. No, that is me. Actually, I guess I'm not kidding. I can't get away from it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to On Thin Ice, the podcast where Jacob and I we convene here every Monday. On Monday, never early, never late, and we talk about icebreaker questions to just break the ice. It's weird to try and define what an icebreaker question is. I've noticed this when someone asks me about, because everyone's always asking me, "Do you have a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm famous. Why wouldn't I?" And I try to explain the concept of an icebreaker question. It doesn't really work.
An
I'm like,
icebreaker question is just a question that you ask to break the ice.
yeah, and then they go like, "Well, I don't have any ice. It's hot out. Global
Okay,
warming is melting all the
it's
ice."
just to ease. It is to ease the tension between two people that are getting to know each other. That's literally how you describe it. That's the only way you can describe it because that's exactly what it is.
Did you Google that?
No, I no,
Oh, I thought you looked at it because I was watching your eyes as you said that. I thought you
I
literally looked it up.
no. Right now, I'm looking at you. Like this is what my eyes look like when I'm looking at you because my fucking
Wow.
webcam's way down here. I've got a big ass monitor, so like webcam, you, me.
So yeah, that's it. That happens, and then the second part is what you just witnessed, where we go off on a side tangent at Mach speed, and we don't come back.
So I think the reason why it is so weird to describe people what our podcast is about is because you and I don't need to break any ice. We already know each other. So there's
Yeah,
absolutely zero reason to break the ice between the two of us. But like the point is these are questions that you can ask somebody or anybody that you want to break tension with, that you're just meeting for the first time, or maybe you got a hot date, maybe you got an ugly date, I don't know, and you just want to break the tension between the two of them so you can like get things moving a little bit faster or make it less awkward, or maybe if they laugh they're not so ugly, I don't know, whatever you guys are into.
you want to make friends. This is
Yeah, friends.
we prompt you with questions to really get conversations flowing.
Yeah,
So, but by that definition, like it's when I'm in a setting where I'm telling someone about the podcast, I'm trying to find ways to distinguish the fact that we have a theme versus our theme is literally just having a podcast where we talk to each other. Because that's all it is. It's just a podcast, but every episode is titled in the theme of a question. That's it.
yeah, I mean, for us, yes. But these are all questions that you could, in theory, ask somebody that you were trying to break the tension with, which I guess to that degree, any question could be an icebreaker question. But some of the ones that we've done are pretty standard, quote unquote, icebreaker questions. Like you could look up lists of icebreaker questions, and some of these that we've already talked about are going to be on those lists every time.
Yeah,
Uh,
and they're specifically like not yes, no, true, false.
yeah,
They're stuff that you get more in depth with is the
just
point.
stuff that you're going to entice a conversation with,
Yeah, start developing
or insight, sorry.
personalities between whoever you're talking with.
Yeah.
No one cares. No one gives a flying fuck about this description, especially when they see the title of this episode. Jacob, I got something I got to show you. I know you've already seen it, but the audience hasn't.
Okay. Nice. I actually haven't seen it in
Yeah,
person yet. I just seen the picture you sent of it, but it wasn't on you.
that's the
Nice.
yeah.
That's
Man,
hot.
they made that way too small, and it's really hard to read from where I'm standing.
I
But
told
yeah,
you you
it was
should have put
that.
it closer up to the middle, like up in the middle,
Look, the picture that I
or
sent
all the way
them,
up the fucking arm.
I wanted that. I wanted it all the way up the sleeve.
That would have been
But
sick.
this is what they sent, and I was already telling them, like, can you go a little smaller with the image? Can you move it up just a little bit? Can you make these adjustments?
Who did you go through?
It's just someone on Etsy. So this is probably going to be like a one of a kind deal. I don't know if I'm going to. I want people to like this. I'm just trying to get into the outfit here.
Huh. Interesting. I figured you would
Well,
have just put it on a fucking like print on demand site and just did it
I don't
yourself.
know any. I don't know anything about that, but yeah, we're working out. Can I reveal that what we're doing?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Dude, I
We're
could literally upload the fucking images right now if I wanted to.
we are trying to make merch for the Pizzaverse, which is the best film Oscar nominated. Actually, we didn't get any Oscars for that. There's no fucking way. But we got Other awards,
If you haven't
best
seen it
picture.
yet, go watch it right now, and then come back to this video.
Yeah.
Actually, finish this video first, and then go watch the Pizzaverse on the channel Cosmic Pizza on YouTube.
Yeah. If you just look up the Pizzaverse on YouTube, it is usually the first thing that comes up.
You're goddamn
Fucking
right it is.
SEO for days, baby.
Goddamn
Search
right
engine
it is.
optimization.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
so
so good.
I've got this custom sweater, and we're trying to make merch for the movie. Hopefully that actually works out, and it's gonna be pretty sweet.
Oh, it's gonna work out. The only reason I haven't yet is because I want to get like a solidified list of all the ones that we want to put up. I know you said a couple and Toby said a couple, but I want like a solid yes for each one that is going to be put up, and then I'll put them up on the. Honestly, I'll probably just do the Redbubble for now. I gotta wait for Amazon to get back to me. They might have already gotten back to me. I don't know, but I didn't see an email from them. So
Yeah. For anyone that ends up being interested in merch, if you are, I don't. I guess I don't know what material or what brand of clothing Redbubble uses. I think I have one Redbubble Cosmic Pizza shirt. But Gildan is the fucking brand for everything, and I hate Gildan. But that's a personal preference. I think they're just like they're the $5 pieces of fabric that you grab in any fabrics and craft aisle just to slap a stamp on and put this print on your merch.
I don't know what brand Redbubble does, but I know they have a couple of different ones. And I know that the one that I have for my Cosmic Pizza one that has the Conan reference font on it that I wore in the Pizzaverse, go check it out, please. That one is super fucking comfortable. Like, it is super soft. I've had it for like probably 2 years now, and I still wear it today. It's really comfortable. The print is still there. It is fading a little bit, but it's also probably got a lot to do with me just not washing it right on my end. Because I know with like screen printing kind of stuff, you want to put them inside out when you wash them and shit, but I don't always do that. So that's probably my own fault. Otherwise, it does look good still. It's still legible. You can still tell what it is. And it is still super fucking comfortable. So,
Yeah.
although I have had stuff from Redbubble come out kind of meh, but it is better than, I want to say, Cafe Press. I got a shirt from Cafe Press one time that is so stiff and crunchy, like it doesn't feel right to wear, and it's just, I never touch it because it's just so uncomfortable to wear.
This one's not bad yet. I got it in today though, so like I just popped it on for effect. I'm gonna walk around with this sweatshirt that has my face on it. Figured I'll break it in a little bit, see how it feels.
Hell yeah.
Don't know if I'm gonna promote it. This might just be the director's cut of my very own sweater. Fuck off, everyone else.
Hell yeah.
What do you got going on in your life, man? What's new?
Well, I don't have any fucking Pizzaverse merch yet because I didn't order anything yet, but I'm working on it. I will 110% be getting that fucking poster that I made, though. The comic strip one. I can't wait to show that to people because it's so fucking good. I was super proud of that one. But I'll be getting that poster, and I will be getting it fucking framed for sure. And it will be going in my living room. Like, 100%. Every time someone comes into my fucking house, I want them to see that shit, dude. It's gonna be so fucking good. Mainly that because I don't have any fucking room on my walls, so in my room, so except a little tiny spot over by my door, but nobody comes into my room because I'm single and lonely. So living room for sure, it's gonna be there and it's gonna be beautiful. But yeah, other than that, what have I got going on in my life? Not much, honestly. Not much.
I'll mention something you were on because, dude, it should be out by this point, and I checked to make sure it was live. So there's no way that TuneCore can say, "Fuck it, this shit's copyrighted." Now we got Chainsaw that should have come out.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you,
I was like,
man,
what was I on that you know about that I don't?
we didn't talk about this face to face yet. It was all over Messenger. But, dude, when you said you were gonna fucking cook, I did not expect a Walter White cook.
Yeah,
Crystal clear.
dude. You
Out of
no,
that.
okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you. When you fucking messaged me that, I was like, I was not in the right headspace to do anything creative. I was so fucking tired. I had like no sleep at all. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll try it. Because I don't know, I can be a yes man sometimes, get off me, but like, I was like, yeah, whatever. So I was fucking with it, and I found that fucking sample of the, it's one of the many samples that I found in that specific section, and I was like, oh, I could fucking do something with that, and I did it. It just so happened to turn out fucking legit. And I was like, oh, dude, he's going to hate this shit because I love it. There's no way he's going to like this shit. And I sent it back to you. And you were like, whoa.
That was literally my reaction listening to it. I was like, no
like,
Chick-fil-A sauce?
Like, on a fucking school night? Jesus! But, dude, like, every time we collab on something, it's... Unless it was the Locker, also go check that out on Spotify on both of our fucking shit. But anyway, that's the only one I think that we've touched and like released that we have been in the same like playing field on almost instantly. And everything else after that was kind of like, oh yeah, I like this, but this is kind of shit. Change this, and then
Yep.
It's always been like a back and forth between us, and which is fine. I mean, that's how you collaborate, like to get it the way that you want it on both sides and stuff to sound perfect and shit. But this one, I was honestly surprised, especially because I've never seen the fucking movie, so
I know.
I was just going based on what you said because I was like, I'm going at it from a purely music standpoint, like. Chainsaws, EDM, but you want it to be heavy as fuck. All right,
Yep.
I got you. Because I can do heavy. I mean, heavy's my fucking thing, but, like, I ain't never seen the movie. I'm still kind of figuring out the whole EDM thing. And, yeah, we ball. We ball, dude.
Yeah, you got the dubstep shit just fine, because I got a new pack of EDM stuff. GarageBand finally put out a pack from Hardwell, which is an actual EDM DJ who's very popular in the field. And I was just running through cycling, listening to shit, because I was like, finally, we have electronic shit again. I want more dubstep, but they're moving in the right direction. And I'm listening to all this, and I'm like, oh my god, there's some really awesome, creepy sounding shit in here. And I really want to do Texas Chainsaw, the beginning, because it's one of my favorite horror movies. And holy fuck, I came up with that intro that was really creepy, but I was like, I don't have the right tools to make a really heavy bass drop for this. I know I want a chainsaw sound effect. So I grabbed that and I just sent it to you, and you're like, okay, I can fuck with this. And what you sent back, I was like, holy shit, we're gonna do this in one day and it's gonna be fucking mint. And we did.
Yeah. No, it's like the fastest we've ever done a song.
If everyone hates it, I don't give a fuck. This is awesome. I thought it sounded so good. And I will say, when you're making music and you have to listen to the same thing like 10,000 times, it gets really fucking repetitive really quickly. But it's still really good.
Dude.
I'm very happy with it.
I will say, I was working on it, and I didn't have my headphones on for part of it. And Chelsea had heard some of it, and she came in and she's like, is that yours? And I was like, yeah, Peyton and I are working on this one or whatever. It's about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or whatever. And she's like, yeah, if you guys made music like this more often, I'd listen more often. I was like,
well, we got to do it now, Chelsea.
I'll fucking take it,
Chelsea
dude.
said.
I'll take it. Hey, look, that's a fucking compliment if I ever heard one. Like, at least on that song, you know what I mean? Fuck her for the rest of the fucking shit, though.
one of the best compliments. I always go through my wife to listen to my music. I don't know why, because I know she hates most of my shit. but she has bought one of my songs because it was so good, which was Samurai. And then one time we were listening to the stuff, and I like went to go switch the playlist out, and she's like, I didn't even know we were still listening to your stuff, which meant that like mine was so good it was almost comparable to what real music sounds like.
I sounded like a real EDM artist. Wow.
Like more than 300 monthly listeners. We're talking like 500 monthly listeners.
I haven't even hit the 3 digits yet, dude. I'm still figuring it out.
Chainsaw
But
will get us up. Chainsaw and Loveliest Lies. Definitely
yeah,
go
that
listen,
which
and
is
they'll put us up there.
which
Two
is coming out
very
tomorrow,
contrasting songs.
by the way.
No, it isn't. Tomorrow is like April 30th. So
It's coming out tomorrow. It's a tomorrow
okay,
thing.
just delay it again. Actually,
It
yeah,
would have
this
been
will be
out.
like the 29th of April.
It would have been out fucking several weeks
Weeks
ago,
ago.
but we had a little mix
Yeah.
up. So, which sucks because I definitely like the first one. We did better, obviously, but
It's okay. It still works out.
it sounds okay. But that first one definitely sounded way better.
Yeah. Are you ready to get into the topic after 40 minutes of us gloating?
Hey, I guess we had a busier week than I thought we did.
Yeah. 40 minutes of edging later. I'm going to go old school with this.
Okay.
I'm going to bring back our original shtick where I don't need to explain it. I'll get right into it. The scenario that is. Jacob, you are having a little watch party with a couple people, maybe. I don't care how many. And you're sitting on a comfy couch watching on the big screen with your surround sound fucking The Lord of the Rings, the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
And they're already 4.5 hour movies, which is already agonizing to everyone that's not you there. But you're the movie
Fair.
buff when it comes to Lord of the Rings. So
Yep.
every scene, you have to stop and tell everybody. You guys, Viggo Mortensen actually broke his toe during this scene. Did you know that? And you finish it. You finish it. 46 hours later, you finish the movies, right?
Okay.
And you turn to your buddies and you're like, well, what did you guys think? This is their first time seeing it. And they look back at you with just a little bit of, like they're a little uncomfortable with what just happened. You're like, what, did you not like it? What's happening? And they're like, dude, okay, why didn't the fucking Eagles just take them to Mount Doom? That's my question for you today. I finally watched the trilogy, and people are going to tell me I didn't, because I didn't watch the extended versions.
Pussy.
I'm not gonna, probably.
You should.
I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on the movies as we go along, but I finally watched the whole thing, and of course, why didn't the Eagles take them to Mount Doom is one of the biggest questions, plot holes that comes up in those movies, but I
Not a
actually
plot
made...
hole.
It is. It's
No,
a
it's
plot
not.
hole. I made a list... Oh, fucking... The light... I made a list here
I see. They got you.
of,
Yep.
of plot holes or questions that I want you to answer
Okay.
about these damn movies, because some points just really didn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
But
Well,
you're going to debunk all of this, because you're the expert.
I will more than likely debunk it. And if not, I don't care, because they're still fucking amazing movies, and you should have watched the extended anyway, but whatever. I'll give you a pass
I
on
know.
I'll give you a pass, but the Eagles do not take the rings to Mordor because, one, the Nazgul have flying dragons that could have easily just taken the fucking Eagles on, and they could have killed each other and shit, which I do believe they have a somewhat of a battle at the end, I'm pretty sure. But by that point, the ring is already destroyed or on its way to be destroyed, whatever. Also, the Eagles are their own clan of, like, sentient beings. They're not just fucking animals. Like, they have their own civilization and shit like that. They do actually have laws and rules and shit like that, just like the Ents do, just like the fucking hobbits do, just like the elves do. They're just giant eagles. So, there's that. But also, it would have been too risky, because they would have been literally just a flying fucking target, basically. Massive flying target, as opposed to very small, tiny little targets that are a lot easier to conceal than a massive flying eagle going to the mountain. And also, I'm pretty sure the Eagles can be corrupted by the ring just as easily as anybody else can. So,
Okay, not the Eagles taking the ring. Why didn't the Eagle... Okay, so the controversy is if oh God, I can't Gandalf. I can't remember the wizard's name. That was about to suck. If he can just
Gandalf?
if he can just take the butterfly and whisper to it, why can't he get the whole fellowship to just be carried by the eagles
Giant
all the way up
targets.
to Mount Doom?
Literally giant targets. They would have been blasted out of the sky. Like they would have been blasted out of the sky. And they
What's gonna
wouldn't.
blast them? The wraiths?
Wraiths, catapults. Sauron could have conjured a storm just like he did in the first movie to create that blizzard that caused them to go into Moria. There's just way too many outcomes that could have ended with all of them dying if the Eagles were involved. The
How
Eagles,
funny would it be to see the eye of Sauron just stare at an eagle and it fucking turns into fried chicken and drops? Oof.
hey, maybe that could be a thing too. I don't know, but that's just one more reason why the Eagles. I almost said the chickens. That's one more reason the Eagles wouldn't have taken them. There's too many cons that are not outweighed by the pros.
Okay.
They would have died. There's more of a chance of them dying if the Eagles just carried them over there. I also am pretty sure. Now I have listened to all of the books on audio or on audiobook.
You just super broke out.
Oh, what's the last thing you heard?
You've read all the books on audiobook.
Yeah, I've listened to all the audiobooks, but I'm not an expert. Okay, I'm more of an expert when it comes to the movies than I am the actual like book lore and Tolkien verse and shit like that.
That's what we're talking about today.
But I will say that I'm almost certain that the Eagles couldn't fly, at least for too long, through Mordor. So if they would have been stuck in there, they would have like suffocated and died or some shit. I want to say that I read that somewhere because of the fucking just like the toxicity that was in the air. So that's another reason.
All right. You've debunked that one pretty well, I must say. Your argument was great.
Okay, good.
It's still a really funny question to talk about, but
I
now
know.
I know.
Dude, I even ask people that sometimes just to meme on them.
Okay, we're going to start with The Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay, good. My favorite.
All right, so this is one when I first watched the movie, and I think now that I've seen all three, it makes a little more sense that Bilbo is actually just a really bad uncle, and he doesn't have a good relationship with Frodo. But first thing that pops up, I wanted to know, why does Bilbo up and leave Frodo with the most dangerous chore in the world without even asking him first? He literally drops the world's greatest responsibility and most dangerous fucking piece of jewelry ever into his possession.
I already got an answer. Like this one's easy to misread because especially if you have only seen it once or a couple of times even, because it is probably something you will miss unless you've read the books. But go back and watch it now that I'm saying this. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Bilbo and Gandalf and literally everybody involved in the first portion of that movie had no idea that was the One Ring until after Bilbo had already left. They had no fucking clue. They knew it was a powerful item. They knew it was a powerful magic item. Gandalf was concerned about it, but he didn't know to what extent he was concerned about it until after he had said, Frodo, here, keep it secret, keep it safe until I understand what the fuck it is. I'll be back. And he dips out. He goes to Gondor, I believe.
He runs almost all the way to Mordor, which is another problem I had.
He does run almost all the way to Mordor.
He could get there on horseback and then comes right back.
Well, that portion of that timeline is actually like, I'm pretty sure several years in the books.
Oh.
So they did a time lapse very quick. I mean, obviously it wasn't like the next day he was back. He was gone for a long time. I think it was either years or like 9 months. I don't know why 9 months is like fucked in my head, but maybe it was 9 months he was fucking gone. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Gandalf was pregnant with whatever. But anyway, so he goes to get the information. He realizes, oh shit, that might actually be the One Ring. I need to get back right now. Okay, so just keep in mind, he still doesn't know for sure. Even after he looks at all his papers and confirms, oh, it's a gold ring, it's got this fucking writing on it, blah, 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 because he hasn't seen that writing yet. So as far as he knows, it's just a plain-ass gold ring. He gets all the way back. He fucking pops out of the shadows like a goddamn creep. Is it secret? Is it safe? And Frodo does what Frodo does best, and he has the fucking thing in an envelope, hasn't even taken it out. In 9 months, he just left it alone. So he's even better than fucking Bilbo, because Bilbo would have been sniffing it the whole fucking time. And that's when they find out, oh shit, this is the One Ring. Well, now we know. We got to do something about it, because we can't fucking stay here. They're probably on their way to get it now. And that's when Frodo, unfortunately, gets roped into the whole thing.
But it's so shitty. Bilbo knows. Bilbo knows what the ring is, and he said I don't think he writes it down, but I do think he says, like, leave this to my nephew Frodo. He knows exactly what he's leaving him with.
Bilbo doesn't.
I think he knows.
Bilbo doesn't have a single fucking clue what it is. He just knows it's a super powerful ring. That's it.
Yeah, and he knows what it's doing to his brain.
He's not able to see any of that. He doesn't understand that that's the cause of his shit. It's like an addiction, like a drug addiction. Like they may know it's bad, but they're not going to accept the fact that that's what's causing it. You know, like that's how drug addictions work. But it's the same fucking thing. He has an idea of, oh, okay, well, I guess this is fucking my head up a little bit, but it's not that bad, whatever, you know, because that's denial. That is what drug addictions do. And that's exactly what the ring is doing, is it's corrupting his mind in a way that's telling him, just keep on doing it, bro. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Yeah, and he knows that, which is why he leaves it with Frodo. He can see that it's bad for him otherwise. He would just take it with him.
He wasn't going to. He was going to take it with him. If it wasn't for Gandalf sitting there.
Shit. Yep, you're right.
Gandalf was like, no. You got to fucking leave that shit. And he's like,
it's still in your pocket. And he's like, oh shit, look at that.
Yeah, how did that get there? He's like, it's in an envelope over there on the mantle. Yeah, okay. Fucking liar. Cap, you are capping right now. Skibbity, right in front of me? What the fuck, dude?
Alright, you're 2 for 2.
Alright, next. This is good.
How about this one? How about this one, then? And this one almost got me, because if there wasn't a follow-up scene, then this would not be valid. Why didn't the Nazgul jump on the raft and kill all the hobbits?
They can't do water. Like, they know, or like they are not able to touch water for some reason. I know that, but I don't know why. I don't remember why.
But they do. Galadriel or whoever sends that fucking flood in, which wipes them out. But before that,
shallow water.
Right before that, they go walking in the water.
Shallow water on horseback. And they knew it was shallow water because she had already crossed halfway. The water from the ferry that they're taking, the raft, is not shallow water. They cannot swim. This
is the space between the raft and the dock. You're going to tell me a fucking horse can't jump that, dead or undead? Doesn't matter.
I mean, they probably could, but...
The hobbits jump it. The hobbits fucking jump it.
They weren't going to take the risk because they can't swim.
They could have got him with the sword even at that length. They wouldn't even have had to touch the water. Maybe. I refuse to believe that was bad.
At that point, if they would have, oh no, don't ever bring my sweet baby Peter Jackson into this. I'll beat your fucking, I'll skull drag your stupid ass. Don't ever talk shit about my Peter Jackson like that ever again. You fucking filthy piece of shit. I'm just kidding. No. But no, they wouldn't have risked it because they can't swim. So if they would have jabbed at him with their sword and missed, they're in the water. They die. Well, they don't die, but they fucking lose all the momentum and they can't fucking. I don't know what happens to him, to be honest with you. I can't remember what kills him, but I know it's like very few things that can kill them, if anything. I don't remember. They're bound to the ring, so once the ring's dead, then they're dead, I guess. But past that, their spirit like still lingers even after their physical form is like fucked up. So
Eowyn beheads one, doesn't she? She kills Witchmaw.
The Witch King of Angmar.
Yeah. Witch King of Angmar, yeah.
She kills his physical form, yeah, but he would have like floated off into nowhere, probably found another physical form and came back because I don't think they can die. Right.
Well, hey, guess what? If the hobbits had like maybe another 45 feet of distance head start, I think if their boat was at least halfway out in the water, and that's such an easy shot to grab. You can still build the tension, you can still make it make sense. The fact that they couldn't make that little jump after the hobbits did was just repulsive. It would have ended the movie right there, which is why they couldn't do it.
I think that is a nitpick, but the reason they didn't is because they can't swim.
I know why they didn't, but when you look at what you're watching, it doesn't make fucking sense. You're 2-1 right now.
No, I get what you're saying, but that is a nitpick. That does not count. That is a fucking nitpick.
All right, then I get a nitpick point.
Give me a fucking point, you stupid bitch. I fucking hate you.
Why? How come Lord Elrond did not kick Isildur into Mount Doom? This was when they're showing.
Yeah. He says, "Cast it into the fire." No.
Yeah, into the past when Lord Elrond. Oh no, sorry. Isildur is the one with the ring after he gets the finger off Sauron and he has the ring, and he's just standing there, and Lord Elrond, the big high elf man himself, says to throw it in the fire.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, and he just walks away with it.
So.
And they've seen what it does.
I don't remember the exact reasoning why on that one, I will be honest with you, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with Elrond's morality and his just like inability to kill somebody that was an ally of his. Like, even though he knows in the long run this is going to help everybody, I think deep down he's just hoping that maybe Isildur will be better. Maybe Isildur will be able to resist the temptation or whatever, but he just refuses to kill him because morality. I don't know. I don't know a decent answer for this one, to be completely honest with you.
That is my only. Yeah, if I was gonna give a reason for it, it would be only that, because I don't know how hard it is to kill a man that you just went to war with, but.
Oh, Elrond is also way more powerful than Isildur. He could have killed him. Like, that's the biggest gripe I have with the idea anyways. Like, the fact that Elrond could have taken him out. I don't have any doubt in my mind whatsoever. He's been around for thousands of years before Isildur. He's got experience. I'm sure he's been in multiple wars at this point. It's not a matter of him being able to or not physically, but I think mentally he just could not bring himself to kill somebody that he just battled with. Especially in his head, he's thinking, okay, Sauron was destroyed, right? In his head, Sauron was destroyed because he'd seen him fucking blow up because Isildur cut his fingers off. What a pussy. And he just blows up. So he's probably in his mind, okay, maybe the power's waning. Maybe he's going to resist the power a bit better than Sauron or whatever. I don't know. That's really the only explanation that I have for that. I'm sure there's an answer somewhere by somebody more versed in the Tolkien verse than I am, but not I. I don't know.
Subreddit, let us know.
Yeah.
There's Redditors out there for this exact question. But
I would have punted his ass in there easy.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's also something, like, you can... I can't say because I haven't felt this, we haven't seen this as a species yet, but through comic books and other media, we know what happens when beings are possessed with immortality. And you start to detach from humanity and from feelings, and you see things in the whole universe as a much different scale. So for him to not be able to just give this one dude a quick little shove into the lava...
And who would have known?
That blows my mind. I would have been like...
Who would have even known?
I told
They're
you
the only
no.
two there. They're the only two motherfuckers in the mountain. Who's gonna know?
Who's gonna know?
He slipped.
He didn't see the wet floor sign.
Yeah, he fucking fell.
I tried to warn him.
Sorry, man. There was lava on the floor.
Shoes.
He was sewer slidal. He fucking jumped. Boom.
I told him the floor was lava. Okay, it wasn't a game.
He wasn't up on the couch. He got fucked. But yeah, no. I honestly don't know. I've got more. Okay, as the years have progressed, just to put it in perspective, I have seen every single one of these movies in theater Okay. I've seen all of them twice in theaters, and I'm pretty sure I've seen The Return of the King 3 times in theaters. And yes, I'm talking when they came out. Not recently, not re-released into theaters. I mean when they came out. All right. These are some of my favorite movies of all time. I have watched them. I have multiple versions of them. I have all the extended versions on my Prime account, so I just watch them all the time. I have physical copies, and I have the VHS tapes that we showed off in a different episode. I love these fucking movies, okay? But
I know, that's why I'm here to debunk them. I'm here to just shit on you this whole episode.
as the fucking years have progressed, I have had more and more wrong with Elrond than I think just about any other character. Like, as far as characters go that I probably liked at some point a lot, Elrond is like, he's cool, but like there's a lot of things that just a little bit fucking weird as the time goes on, and as I watch them more, as things like unfold in my head as an adult now, especially that I'm understanding them from different perspectives and shit. Elrond's got some shit going on, I think, in his head, and not the greatest shit. So, but that is one of the things, is the whole, like, dude, you should have fucking kicked his ass into the lava. Like, seriously? Really? Fucking boot his ass, man. He's done. He's AFK.
Yeah.
In his head, gone, man. No
He's
thoughts.
Things. Life Alert hasn't been invented yet. Push him. No one will know.
No one's gonna know.
Elrond, I wish we could also see him dealing with that guilt of, fuck, I let the dude live, and it has caused this war. I mean, he knows war by this point, but like, just the fact that it's another cycle around of the whole world, like, because their world, the universe of the Lord of the Rings in their world is going to be fucking gone. All of Middle Earth and everything from north to south will be destroyed and ensued in fire by Sauron. So I want to see what his mindset is, and it might be in the books. It's just not showed in the movies, how he feels about what's going on. He needs more fucking soliloquies, really.
I know there's a lot of, like, I know there's probably more in the books. I've only listened to them once, so there is a lot of it that I will forget or fuck up or whatever. Most of my knowledge is movie knowledge, so dude, I don't know. The elves as a whole are just kind of fucked. All right.
I'm so glad you said this, because I'm sure we'll get through my whole list, but if we had way more extra time, I doubt we do. That's one of the plot holes that the community of watchers has brought up, is that the elves kind of suck as a whole.
The elves are assholes.
Yeah, for what they are, for being the most like powerful, mighty, fucking eternal creatures, they're kind of lame.
I gotta Douglas, my cousin Douglas, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry, but the elves are fucking assholes. He loves the elves. He fucking loves the elves. But dude, people always say that the dwarves are greedy and like selfish and shit like that, but have y'all motherfuckers seen the elves?
Legolas is the good one.
They are worried that they're going to perish. Okay, keep that in mind. They're worried that they're going to perish because of this ring and the chances that it doesn't get destroyed. They're worried about perishing. They have been around for thousands of years. Thousands, okay? They've been around since before anybody else. Like, it's okay if they perish. Look, y'all have seen lifetimes of stuff, okay? You don't need to go on. So, yes, we should probably prevent the world from ending. Absolutely. But that should not be the reason why you want to do it. You guys have already been living for too fucking long as it is. It's all gone to your heads. You're all worried about, oh, we're all gonna fucking die, blah, blah. Who cares? We all die. You're just gonna have to get the fucking taste of the rest of us. And that's another thing that I fucking hate about Elrond fucking with Arwen and Aragorn so much, even though that's kind of creepy. But Arwen and Aragorn or whatever, and he's like, oh well, you'll fucking die if you stay with them or whatever. But they're still going to live a long and prosperous life regardless. yes, he's gonna die first, but she's also gonna die eventually now because she hasn't gone into the fucking West or whatever, and like to the Undying Lands and whatnot. But like, who the fuck cares? Who cares?
I guess that one didn't make much sense to me either, but Arwen is supposed to die because she like denounces elfhood somehow, like it leaves her fucking blood. I don't know how that works, but by
So,
staying with Aragorn and having a child, her age will catch up to her and she will die first.
I don't think
That's
she.
how that's supposed to go.
No, she's not gonna die first. Elrond's just saying, hey, you're gonna lose your immortality because the elves and the light of the Valar, the thing that they believe in, that's giving them their immortality, I believe. And I could be butchering this, but I'm pretty sure the light of the Valar is what gives them their immortality, which is in Middle Earth. But they're taking that with the rest of the elves into the Undying Lands, so they don't perish alongside all the mortal people, which is really fucked up when the fucking ring doesn't get destroyed, or if the ring doesn't get destroyed, and so forth. They're fucking off, basically. And she's staying behind, so she will just perish from natural causes at this point. But regardless, Elrond's saying that you're going to pass away. He's going to pass away first, so you're going to be left without your love, and you're going to be heartbroken and living the rest of your life without him and die.
But she sees a vision that's old Aragorn with their child.
Yes.
She is dead, long gone.
No, she's not dead. She's not dead in that vision.
Bro, she dead. Actually,
No.
that was I think that was Elrond's vision. I don't know whose it was.
It was her. It was hers when she was on her way to the Undying Lands, and that's when she decided, oh shit, my dad's seen a vision. I just got the same vision because I have his blood, you know. So like I'm getting glimpses of some of his powers and shit. He probably seen the same thing. Now I know he was like hiding stuff from me, and then she's like, fuck this shit, and she goes back home and tells her dad, hey, you saw a fucking child, didn't you? And he's like, well, I wasn't gonna tell you because I knew you'd fucking stay. And then she's like, yeah, I want a fucking kid. Have you seen Aragorn? He's fucking hot as shit. Jesus Christ.
Look at those long locks.
The man is a stud. God damn. Even though he was a fucking child when I met him. And I was several thousand years old.
Yeah,
Yikes.
The Padme and Anakin relationship there.
Yeah, a little worse. A little worse, I think.
A little worse. So, now that we're talking about this brings up another interesting point. The ring didn't really do anything that I noticed except for, like, make people not invisible. You shift realms, sort of, and it just made you go mad with power. Like, if the elves have a fucking way to be immortal, that sounds way better than a goddamn ring.
So,
I would want that. I would kill the elves off to get that power.
they had their own rings. They just weren't the same type of ring. But
Yeah.
but anyway,
One ring to rule them all.
I'm pretty sure that ring had the power to rule all of the different forces and so forth, the dwarves, the men, the elves, and all that kind of shit. But I think it also just amplified the power of whoever was wearing it, which is why seemingly it didn't do fuck all for Gimli or Gollum. It just turned him all fucked up. Like it exacted a price of his physical form, gave him long-lasting life, pretty much immortality while he had the ring. But he shriveled up and got fucked up. His appetite got all fucked up, and so forth. But that's because descendant of hobbits doesn't really have any power.
Yeah.
So it's just extending his life, basically. He has no power there. Whereas Sauron, I'm pretty sure it was like he was like a demigod or a deity of some kinds. Like he's I want to say he is under Morgoth. I'm pretty sure. There's Morgoth, and then there's the Balrog and Sauron. I don't know. I don't know where the fuck Sauron fits on the cosmic power scale or whatever, but I know the Balrog and Gandalf are equally matched. They are the same being, just one is light, one is dark, basically.
Yeah.
But Sauron is super fucking powerful already, and this ring amplified that, and it was also giving him the ability to control everybody else. which is why it's the safest in a Hobbit's hand, because Hobbits ain't got no fucking power. So
Hobbits ain't got shit.
They ain't got shit but potatoes and fucking
and molasses,
pipeweed and molasses.
Potatoes and molasses.
Nice.
That's all they are.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bring it back. All right, we're 2-2 right now. You gotta help me redeem these movies, man.
2-2. Wait, what the fuck? What other one did I fuck up?
The Nazgul jump on the raft.
That's one. And
Yeah,
that's a
then-
nitpick.
And Lord Elrond not kicking Isildur into Mount Doom.
I answered that one. It's not.
You answered it, but we
It's
didn't.
not the greatest
debunk
answer,
why.
but it's like.
Shit answer. Mine is better. My
Fuck you.
nitpicking wins.
No, nitpick doesn't count.
I'm better at making these movies, obviously. After this, depending on the score, it's going to be between who won, me or Peter Jackson. And if I win, I'm gonna remake these movies to make them airtight. Speaking of
hit me with the next
Balrog
one.
and Gandalf, my last question for the first Lord of the Rings movie: why didn't they help Gandalf get up? It would not have been fucking hard. And was it Aragorn or whoever else the other human was there who held Frodo back? But they could have easily walked down those steps, gave him a hand back.
No. The bridge of
Why not?
Khazad-dûm was crumbling. Like it was literally crumbling. Gandalf made it weak, so when the Balrog stepped on it, it would give in. So any shifting of any kind would have fucked it up. Remember the scene shortly before that when they're like balancing on that big ass fucking stairpiece
Yeah,
that's
and it
like shifting?
swings them down.
Yes.
Yep.
So these are old fucking ruins, okay? They've been around for a long time. Could they have? Maybe. But it wasn't guaranteed. And if it wasn't guaranteed, then they would have just lost everybody in the Fellowship, as well as the ring again. And at that point, there's no telling whether or not Gandalf would have beat the Balrog, because there would have been so much more on the line. The Balrog could have killed all of them easily, except for Gandalf, because he's the only one that's easily matched or able to defeat the Balrog, except unless you're more powerful than Gandalf anyway. But none of them are, so they would have all been fucked easily. But the bridge was crumbling. It was not
They
stable.
don't all have to go, and the bridge had crumbled. The part of it that was supposed to break did, and the Balrog fell with it. They had a good frame of time there for at least one of them to quickly shuffle back over and just grab him and yank him back up. I think Gandalf could have gotten through that just fine.
It was not, one, worth the risk of possibly losing the ring at all. Because first and foremost, that is the number one priority, is to get the ring to Mordor, chuck that bitch into the goddamn fire. That's the goal.
Well, Frodo didn't need to go help Gandalf. It could have been any of them.
Gandalf also told them to leave because he knew that he at least had a chance to fight the Balrog and win. He knew that. They may not have known that, but he did. So he told them to go. He said, "Fly, you fools. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go take care of this motherfucker right here."
No, he did not know he was gonna go until he got whipped with that fucking chain.
No, he didn't know he was going to go, but by the time he was, like, there, dangling on the ledge, he knew that he's the only one in this fucking group that has even a snowball's chance in hell of defeating the Balrog.
I'm gonna reluctantly give this to you. 3-2 right now.
Bridge would have fucking crumbled. Gandalf knew that he's the only one that could have beat the motherfucker. And he didn't want to risk the lives of everybody else when they could be making way to Mordor to get that ring tossed.
I think this is another nitpick that could be a plot hole because they had the time to do it. It's another thing I think you could have directed better. If they had like seconds, or if he slipped immediately when he was holding on, it would have been just fine.
Tension.
And I know
Suspense.
they want to build. I know it's not fucking suspenseful when it takes that fucking long, and
Yes,
everyone's
it is.
sitting there holding. It's a 3-minute scene of them waiting for him to fall.
Also, Another thing, at that point, all those fucking orcs that had ran away when the Balrog was summoned had come back. They were shooting arrows at them at the end. So they would have been sitting ducks trying to fucking get onto that bridge to help Gandalf up.
Alright, whatever. I think it was just a really
also, if you fucking
his metamorphosis.
Also, if you go back and watch that fucking scene again, he's holding on to a piece of the bridge that is cracked off. If that shifts, they're fucking gone. To whoever gone down there and fucking like helped him, shifts the weight of that cracked piece of fucking bridge, gone.
Alright. 3-2.
I'm not giving you that fucking raft thing. That's a goddamn nitpick.
I don't care what you're giving me.
They can't swim. They can't swim.
Yeah, well, they can also jump more than 10 centimeters. I can do that. It's not hard.
Have you ever jumped a horse onto a fucking wet raft?
Yeah.
Have you ever ridden a horse before?
I have, actually.
Okay,
they can fucking fly.
Yeah, but do you know how heavy they are? They're not fucking...
I've not tried lifting one.
They are not going to be making that raft. Everybody's going down if that horse hits the raft, period. The hobbits, the Nazgul, the fucking horse, they're all getting into the water.
They can't paddle fast enough. I would have been riding along on my horse, and I would have been like, oh, shit, they're getting away.
The raft?
That's it.
Horse.
Or...
Done. They would have all flipped. That's my answer. You don't get that one.
Good, then Sam would have drowned.
4-1.
Funny.
4-1. No, Sam's the best character. Next again.
3-2. Moving on. The Two Towers. Fantastic fucking film.
I love
this.
I love the Twin Towers. The Twin Towers is so good.
It is, yeah. You remember when that plane went through Mordor and it... and it took out Sauron's tower? And then they go... Or Saruman. It took out Saruman's tower, and they're like, Mr. I don't know. I guess who's the biggest, most powerful person after Sauron is? I guess he's a fucking eyeball. Besides him, who's the most powerful person in this world that everyone answers to? Gandalf.
Gandalf or Galadriel would probably be the next most powerful.
Galadriel
or Saruman while he's alive.
Mrs. President, they just hit the first tower.
Technically Saruman. He's pretty fucking powerful. That's why when Gandalf comes back, he is white. Like Saruman.
I only have one question for this one, which is fine, because we're probably pushing on time.
Really? Only one for the Two Towers?
Yeah, this movie was so fucking good. I noticed there was nothing wrong with it, and this was just a question out of my curiosity.
You should watch the fucking extended. You'd love it. There's more Merry and Pippin screen time.
I love Merry and Pippin so much.
So do I.
But I just want to know, why are there fires everywhere in the bog? No one, the fires would extinguish after a minute, but they're just kind of chilling. It is a burial site for dead souls. So that might have something to do with it. But I just didn't understand.
No, it's not a burial site. It's a battle. It's an ex-battlefield.
Ah.
And it's the battlefield from the battle that you see at the beginning of the first movie. That battle right there is this fucking bog.
Why the fires?
I don't know. I know. No,
you don't know?
Whatever. Gollum.
3-3?
Gollum does say that if you follow the lights or whatever, you'll go down and light little candles of your own. So maybe it's like a spiritual thing, like when you die or whatever, a quote unquote candle is lit and the fire gets lit or whatever. Might be a magic thing. Who knows?
You don't know. 3-3.
Fuck yourself.
Final movie. You're not gonna believe this. I hated this movie. I hated Return of the King.
No fucking shot.
I thought it was stupid.
You're fucking... I'm not taking any fucking no points on this one. I don't care if my answers are dumb. That opinion is fucking false.
Okay, so why does the King of Gondor want to be right so badly? I'm talking about specifically... I mean, he's in a slow decline the whole time of just arrogance. But when Mary is like, your son is still alive, he just needs fucking medical attention. He's like, shut up, bitch, I need to burn my son. And he watches him twitch. He's like, kill him.
Oh,
I don't understand why.
Denethor?
Yeah, I don't understand why he needs to be right so badly. There's nothing he gains from killing his own son.
Denethor
and not listening to Mary.
Denethor hates... It's Pippin, by the way. And Denethor fucking hates Faramir.
Oh, it is Pippin, right. Sorry. Pippin's the one that's stuck in Minas Tirith.
Yeah, Pippin's the younger one of the two. He's the one that's always fucking shit up. The one that Gandalf absolutely fucking cannot stand.
Yeah.
One of my favorite line in all three of the movies is from the first one, when they're in the fucking... the tomb right before the battle with the cave troll and shit comes in. And Pippin drops the bucket and the chain and the body down the well, and Gandalf says, "Fool of a Took, throw yourself in next time and rid us of your stupidity." I was like, dude, how? So fucking good, dude. I tell that to people all the time. Just throw yourself in next time and rid us of your stupidity. Fucking kills me. Anyway, Denethor hates Faramir. I don't know why he hates him to the extent that he does, because I personally like Faramir, but he's not my son, so I don't know. But Boromir is always... He's the oldest. He's always better than Faramir at everything, or quote-unquote better. And Faramir, especially through the second movie, you see it a lot. Especially in the extended version, you see more of it. He just gets defeated by his dad the whole time. He fucking hates him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it probably explains a little bit further in the books, but Denethor is the acting ruler, not the king. He's the active, like, placeholder ruler of Gondor at the moment, because there is no king. That's Aragorn. Aragorn would be the king, and that's the whole point, is him getting there and becoming king. But Denethor is an okay ruler. He's just really fucking shitty to his son. Technically, he's pretty shitty to Boromir, too, even though he's spoiling him. He's also, like, fucking him up in the head, making him think that he's just, this big bad thing and so forth. Which, Boromir had a good arc, and I liked Boromir quite a bit, but,
Rip.
Yeah, he just fucking hates Faramir. That's all it is. So he doesn't give a fuck if he's alive or not. He doesn't care. And at this point, he already knows that, here in his head, oh, my son Boromir died. I already was struggling to find a reason to live after that. And now Faramir, my fucking worthless child, died. So why am I even here? The fucking king, the rightful king of Gondor is on his way. Might as well just take myself out too. Fuck it. And he just like goes off the deep end.
All right, 4-3. I don't like it, but it makes more sense that he just fucking hates his son so much that he wants him to be dead. It's just so weird to see that.
There's a deleted scene in the second movie that plays in the extended, but in the second movie there's a moment where it's a flashback when Faramir meets Frodo and Sam, and he reveals to them that Boromir was his brother. And it's a flashback to when they held off the forces of evil from Osgiliath, the town that is in the backdrop of Pippin's song when he's singing, when the orcs are shooting the arrows and stuff in slow motion. Really fucking sick-ass scene. Osgiliath is being attacked first or whatever, and they hold him back, and Boromir and Faramir and the rest of the fucking army are, like, celebrating and shit. And Boromir and Faramir are good with each other. They're good brothers. So they're celebrating, they're drinking and whatnot, and all of a sudden Denethor comes around the corner, and Faramir's like, oh, come on, like, he's here. And Boromir's like, oh, fuck. He can't just give us a moment of peace. Like, let us have this. We just save the place or whatever. And he literally walks up to Boromir and says, where is my firstborn? Where is my son? And he's so proud of him and shit, gives him a hug and all this kind of stuff. And this is when he reveals to Boromir that there is a meeting going on in Rivendell, and he needs him to go get the fucking weapon of the enemy from Elrond and the elves and shit before they give it to a dwarf or a fucking elf or some shit. You need to have this because we need this for Gondor. And Boromir's like, no, I my place is here with my people, because Boromir is just that kind of person. Faramir's like, well, if there's a need to go to Rivendell, I can go. Fucking Denethor says, I only trust this to your brother, the one that I know that will not fail me. Like, says it right to his face. Yeah, and he says that shit the whole fucking time. And he says, oh yeah, Boromir, this is the last part, I promise, I'm like rambling, but he says, you never give him any chance to show like what he's capable of, and Denethor's like, I know Faramir's qualities and it is few. And he fucking walks away. And I'm like, Jesus.
You need to jump on a boat and stab him.
Yeah, dude, he fucking hates Faramir.
Next one is a nitpick for sure. And you won't agree. I don't
Probably
actually
not.
remember all the context for it. All I wrote was, why is the Witch King fight the dumbest thing ever? Dude, what I remember from it, I thought Eowyn was gonna be so much fucking cooler. She's not. The Witch King is supposed to be like the head of the 9 Nazgul, fucking dead humans, whatever they are. They can't die. The weapon of mass fucking destruction, riding on the Wraith, is coming to take out Gandalf. And I don't remember the chain of events that happens, but he gets stopped and killed by Eowyn and Mary. Right? Yeah, Mary. And the only line I remember is this dude saying, this is the Witch King saying, no man can kill me, and Eowyn goes,
I am no man.
I'm no man. I'm a woman. It fucking kills him.
Yeah.
It's just so bad.
Okay, so it's not that bad, but I get what you're saying. Like, I understand the cheesiness that comes out of it, but it's because the movies did not do Eowyn any like, they didn't do her as much good as the books did. So Eowyn is a woman of Rohan. She's a shield maiden, and the whole time Theoden and her brother and like basically the rest of fucking Rohan, they're like treating her as if she's only good for the quote-unquote woman duties, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, cooking, cleaning, housekeeping kind of shit. Even though they know she is fully capable of doing all this stuff. So in the movies, it kind of touches up on that. It doesn't get into the specifics of her brother and Theoden being that kind of way. Like, they are very defensive and protective of her, but there's not, like, a whole lot of very specific, oh yeah, go wash the dishes, dumb bitch, or whatever. But like they're way more harsh about it in the books, and then it's a character arc to bring her up to snuff with her finding Theoden all fucked up in the field and her mourning that loss and so forth, and then still like coming out stronger as a woman who was being treated like this the whole time to show her quality or whatever, because the Witch King couldn't be killed by any man. And then she fucking takes her helmet off and says, but I am no man. Fucking right in the head. And I get it. I get it, but
bad writing.
It's supposed to happen, is all I'm saying.
Bad writing. I don't know if I can give you this point.
No, you're giving me that one, because that is not a scene that most fans of the franchise gripe about. I guarantee you.
I'm leaving it out just because it was a personal gripe and not an actual loophole.
I don't think that anybody like really cares that happened. There's more people. There's more people that make a meme about her soup than there is anybody that says anything about that scene.
I've got you on this next one. There's no fucking way you can explain this to me.
All right.
Why didn't Mithril protect Frodo from Shelob's sting? Yeah, how about that one? Frodo gets fucking got, and he's still wearing Mithril, which is supposed to be able to protect him from any fucking wound, which he survived. What did he survive? He got stabbed or something once with it on, and it totally didn't hurt him. I forget what the first one was.
The spear from the troll.
Yeah.
In the first movie.
Does it get lobbed at him, or he just gets... I think he gets stabbed with it.
The troll just goes... Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the sting from the demon spider should not have been able to cut through.
Aragorn even says that spear could have skewered a wild boar or some shit like that, because that was mentioned in the book, and because the spearhead is like this fucking long. And he comes out unscathed basically. It probably knocked the wind out of him, knocked him the fuck out, that's for sure.
So do you even want to bother with this one?
I'm assuming that's probably what happened this time. He just got knocked the fuck out. But no, because he does get poisoned.
He was fully inflicted, and they just totally glanced it over. And I didn't even think about this until the orcs started stripping him for his personal belongings, and they pulled up the chainmail, and I was like, holy fuck, that should have saved him, no problem.
Unless he wasn't wearing it.
He was wearing it. It was on him. What, is he going to hold it in his fucking pocket?
He could have had it in his bags or something.
No, he couldn't have. He
could have rolled it up.
Time. No.
He might not have been wearing it.
That's the score.
No, let me get back.
The score right there.
Let me get back to you on that one. I'm gonna get back to you on that one. There's got to be a fucking.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's got to be an explanation.
The last one, you kind of touched on it already. This is my very last question, and it makes more sense now, but still, watching the film, it didn't. And my note just says, so the war at the end just stopped? Question mark. Because the ring got thrown in to Mount Doom, it was destroyed. Like, they don't have cell phones or a way to communicate the fact that the ring has been destroyed. It just has been, and they just decide, oh, well, I guess we're done fighting now. It's like, that's not how war and conflict would work.
Okay, sorry, say that again. I was looking up the mithril thing.
So the war at the end just stopped, right? It just sort of ended when the ring was cast into Mount Doom and it fucking broke. Everyone just decided, oh, no, we're done here, I guess.
They all died. They all fell. They all fucking perished. The orcs did.
Did they?
Yeah.
What?
The
Is
orcs.
there something different about the DVD? Because I don't remember this.
No. Okay, so and it's a little fucky, but I mean, you gotta consider like magic and shit like that's going on, and like evil and good and all this kind of bullshit. But like Aragorn and the For Frodo, and he fucking runs it. That group of people that were going into Mordor and shit, they are like almost being closed in around, and they're like getting pushed back, and they're like being surrounded. And when the ring gets tossed in, boom, fucking everything explodes and shit, and then cracks start to happen in the ground, the orcs start to fall through and shit, and that circle of people is the only thing left in like a semicircle around them, and all the orcs on the side that is cracking and falling just fall through the earth and die.
I also think that was just dumb.
That's what was supposed to happen, I'm pretty sure.
I just don't
They'll just fucking die.
There's not a connection between the orcs and the ring. To me, anyway. It might be explained better in the books, but this is just me watching the movies where the orcs are literally being bred and crossbred. Well, I guess crossbreeding was how they were made between it was an elf and a goblin, right? That's how they made orcs.
Orcs and Uruk-hai are corrupted elves, basically. Or orcs are corrupted elves. And then, like, fused with goblins and... yeah.
Yeah, so I don't understand what the association is between the ring being destroyed and every motherfucking orc just dies.
Evil. They're all evil.
Shut up.
It's like I said, it's a little wonky, but it is like it's a matter of like good and evil kind of shit.
Okay, you're gonna get this one. You're welcome. But still, that's a personal thing I hate, and I do see this in movies a lot. When the main hero destroys the one object of evil, person of evil, and everybody else dies with it.
But it's not that they're linked to the ring; it's that they're linked to Sauron. And Sauron, with the ring being destroyed, also dies because the remaining parts of his soul are in the ring. So they're not linked to the ring itself; they're linked to Sauron and the evil that he is. Like, he is the embodiment of evil. So when he dies and perishes and fucking explodes for real this time, for realsies this time, they go with him. They're dead. And I know this is like... this is a little controversial, and I know that people most fans will probably roast the shit out of me for this, but I don't give a fuck. Go watch The Rings of Power if you can. It's not great. It doesn't hold a candle to the fucking Lord of the Rings, obviously. And it's definitely not as good as The Hobbits either. But it does kind of give a little bit of explanation to the formation of Mordor and why it is the way that it is and the evil in it and so forth. And that's cool. In my opinion, you can skip all of the fucking Harfoot stuff. All the ancient fucking Hobbit descendants. That shit was so fucking corny and cheesy. I wanted to throw up every time that came onto the screen. Worst part about that series by a landslide. Everything else I thought was pretty okay. I thought it was pretty well done. Could have been better, but yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, I have to wrap this episode up because it's been going for a while, it feels like. Let's look at the points here.
I win.
Wow.
By a landslide, because you only got like one of those.
It's surprising numbers. Hang on a second. Can I, you hear me crunching numbers?
You better shut the fuck up and just give him my goddamn trophy. You
Looks
lose.
like
You lose.
In a strange turn of events, Jacob, you have won 5-4.
Whatever, dude. Half of those
Peter
were fucking
Jackson.
nitpicks, dude.
Peter Jackson, your movies barely made it through the test. All right, man. Now, I'll be sending you a new script, of course, just in case you want to mull it over. But
I'm sure he'd love that.
you have successfully debunked over half of these pressing questions, Jacob, that the whole internet wants to know about.
Most of them.
No.
Yeah.
Nope, and we have the footage to prove it. That's gonna do
Most
it.
of them.
I don't think I need to give my full-blown opinion on Lord of the Rings. That'll take way too long. Treebeard, great. That's all I gotta say about the movies. That's the only thing that matters.
I am on nobody's side, because nobody's on my side.
Yo.
There's no love for the trees anymore.
There is no curse in Ent, Elvish, or man that can attest to what's been done here, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact line. I just love quoting Gimli all the time. I like saying, "Toss me." I haven't gotten to use that enough yet.
Borarum. Did you know that Gimli and Treebeard are voiced by the same guy?
No, I didn't.
Now you know.
That's why they're my favorites.
They are pretty dope.
Yeah. All right. You have anything you would like to add? Any controversies that I can debunk for you?
Everybody
I know everything.
Everybody go watch Lord of the Rings. Watch the extended versions. Also go watch the Pizzaverse, the extended version on Cosmic Pizza.
It's upside down. Let's go.
And everybody let me know in the comments how much I literally debunked pretty much all of these questions in the comments down below.
Oh, no,
Appreciate
we're
that.
out of time. Shut up. End the episode. Goodbye, everybody. Check us out on Instagram. If you're already here, then you know where the YouTube channel's at. Thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.